Shalom, shalom, shalom. Israel giving up praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua by Shem Chakadash, the Mohanis to the Apostle, the Elder Jim Master Rule, as I teach you to Akimatis, risking freedom of your life to push this word more so now than ever before, for we are close to the end. This is from VOI ID. All right, and there's plenty of articles out there you can find this information, but giving you news from the motherland, all right? The motherland, which the people makes the land, not the other way around. So you got imposters in the land of Israel claiming to be the people and completely doing the opposite of what the book, the true book, the Bible, is saying that the people will be doing in the end times. So let's just start with this. Start Isaiah, 2nd chapter. It says the word, Isaiah 2 verse 1. The word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. All right. So this is telling you that it says concerning Judah and Jerusalem, prophecy. And how do we know it's prophecy? Because the scripture, when it's making a prophecy, says it shall come to pass. And then if you want to like further expound on like how much in the future it's talking about, it says the last days. So if you have it shall come to pass in the last days, meaning a way future prophecy, all right? For them, now is like very close, the prophecy is very close because we're in the last days. It says, the mountains of the Lord's house should be established on the top of the mountains. Now, it's not talking about a house being built on the top of a mountain. The mountain of the Lord's house is his people, should be established on top of the mountains. Now, the house represents the people of the Lord, because what do you put in the house? A family. So the Lord's family, i.e. a house, or the children of Israel, because the Lord has only made a covenant with the children of Israel. So thereby, the children of Israel is the Lord's family. The Lord's house should be established in the top of the mountains. Now, the mountain doesn't represent a rocky terrain, a mountainous region. It doesn't mean a physical mountain. It means government bodies. How do we know this? Because when governments come together, top governments come together to, discuss things, policies and laws or whatever, what do they call it? A summit meeting. What is a summit? The peak of a mountain. And let's further prove this. Summit meaning highest point of a hill or a mountain. Second definition, a meeting between heads of government. All right. So when the scripture says the top of the mountain, it doesn't mean the actual mountain. It means the top of governments, the head of governments, meaning the ruling class of the world. They're going to be on top. So how you see America dictates to the world how they want people to move. Israel's going to be doing that. Israel's going to dictate, put this here, don't do this, do this, or else. That's it, period, at the end of it. No ifs, ands, or buts, no arguments. So the Lord's family, which is the children of Israel, should be atop of the mountains, the nations, and shall be exalted above the hills. Also, hills is a smaller government, just like a hill is smaller than a mountain. So the hills represents a smaller government, and all nations shall flow unto it, meaning come in obedience under our authority, the children of Israel. Verse 3, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go into up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. Right. So meaning, because a mountain doesn't teach you things. It's talking about children of Israel. It's going to teach the nations of the laws of Moses. All right, the first 5 books. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Why am I bringing this out? It's because we have people that's currently in the land of Israel that is not administering the law of Moses, but they claim to be the children of Israel, and they also claim to have fulfilled returning to that land. But how? Because the scripture in the last days, all government shall flow to the children of Israel and seek wisdom and guidance in their way of life according to what the Lord gave us. And this is not happening now. Verse 4 is what I really wanted. And he shall judge amongst the nations and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. And nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Breaking news, man. Israel attacks Lebanon to violate Resolution 1701. 15 UNDK countries remain silent. 1,000 languages. What the hell is going on? Something is wrong. I just read to you Isaiah, the 2nd chapter and the 4th verse. And it says that, I'll read it again. And he shall join amongst the nation. Who's the he? Children of Israel. And shall rebuke many people. All right. Okay. Rebuking, correcting AI. All right. You go off. You get swift judgment. There's no delay in judgment. You receive the judgment that's a penalty for breaking that specific sin. All right. And you're going to rebuke many people. All nations are going to get rebuked under this authority. And they shall beat their swords and the plowshares, meaning they're going to turn their weapons into instrument of farming and agriculture for a sharp population increase. And their spears into pruning hooks. Again, spears are a form of a weapon into pruning hooks, showing you that instead of wartime, it would be time of reproducing, okay? Building up society during that time, because it would be more of a state of peace. Because once you're done with the sword, now it's time to build. According to Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, it tells you it's a time and place for everything. So after wartime, there's time for making babies, all right? Look at World War II. After World War II, you had something called the baby boom. What does it mean to baby boom? That means it was an enormous amount of babies being born around that time. People, men and women, were getting together having children. Lots of them. All right? Because a lot of people had died off. And it was time to reproduce back society. It's the baby boom. So in the scriptures, after this war, there'll be a baby boom. And then weapons going to be put away. It expounds even further. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Meaning, from that time forward in the future, when the true children of Israel is established, nations are not going to learn art of war or fight war, period. It'll never happen after that time. All right? But for some odd reason, Israel attacks Lebanon, continues to violate Resolution 1701. 15 UNDK countries remain silent. 1,000 languages. What is it telling you, man? Somebody's lying. Now, I wanted to keep this video short, but look at this, man. UN Peacekeeper Force, UNIFIL, said Israel was carrying out another attack on southern Lebanon. UNIFIL said Israel continued to violate the resolution of the United Nations Security Council, DKPBB. All right. Says this, end quote, this airstrike is real violation of UN Security Council Resolution 1701 The UNIFIL statement said, referring to the 2006 resolution that ended the war between Israel and Hezbollah Friday, November 11, quoted AN. Even though it actually violates members of the PPB, DK, consisting of 15 countries, are still silent in 1,000 languages. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. It's a short read anyway. But look at this, man. So they're claiming to be the people, but yet violating international war laws. Excuse me, not international. This was a law that they made between Israel and Lebanon, and they completely violate. Why? Because they're not the children of Israel, and although you really don't belong in the land, you do belong in that land to fulfill prophecy as an imposter. That's there. Jeremiah 50 and 45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord that he have taken against Babylon, and his purposes. Who is Babylon? America. So the Lord has a counsel against Babylon, America, or modern day America, and his purposes that he proposed against the land of Chaldeans, the people of America. Surely Esau, so-called YT man. Surely the least of the flock should draw them out. Who is the least of the flock? The smaller nation. The least of the flock is speaking about the IDF, okay? Or the Zionists, or Israel, as we know them today. They're going to draw them out of what? In this fight, in this war. World War III, because it's going to start in the Middle East. So they're going to draw America in this conflict to ultimately be destroyed. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. And that's exactly going to be the result. They're going to make their habitation desolate with them, okay? Because they are not the children of Israel, and the true children of Israel is going to go back to that land. So with that, I want to give a praise to Yahweh Shemel Shabbat Shemel Hakadas, the Marlins of the Bosses, the LA, GMS, Ruwa, salutations to Akim. Until next time, Shalom.